Hello, everyone. Jak Syn here on behalf of TourFiend.com and Future Daze, and today we're sitting with Shannon Hemmett of Leathers and Actors. How you doing today, Shannon?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, as good as I can be, considering everything that's going on. I think that it's a nice day today. Sun was shining. Got a lot of work done. Still going to work, but making the most of it. And stuff like
That's
that.
good.
Keeping safe, keeping covered up. And relieving stress when I come home. Swimming in the pool, stuff like that really helps you.
Nice.
You
That's
know.
awesome. Yeah, it was raining here in Vancouver today, but I did a bunch of artwork. I've been when I'm not touring with actors and that, I'm a tattoo artist, but of course I can't tattoo with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. So I've been doing a lot of painting and that. So I was just prepping a bunch of drawings for a couple paintings that I have on the go, and made some nice food at home, and now I'm talking to you.
Well, that's so great. I mean, you're still staying creative, which is really good.
Yeah.
Working on your art, which is some amazing pieces that I've been seeing online lately. Great,
Oh,
great, great job.
thank you so much. Thanks.
So today we're going to ask you a couple of questions and see where it goes from there. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What are three of your favorite moments performing live?
It's so hard to choose. With the Actors Record, It Will Come to You. We were on tour for a few years solid, and we played about 150 shows in the last 18 months before all the quarantine stuff happened. So we were quite literally all over the world playing shows. So we had some like really amazing shows for sure. But to highlight a couple, I would say when we, on our first trip to Europe, when we played the Wave Gothic Treffen show in Leipzig, that was really, really amazing. That was really special. We had no idea what our fan base was like in Germany at that time. We had the first show on that tour we had played in Cologne, and there was maybe, I don't know, like 40 or 50 people there. So it was a smaller show. So we didn't really know what we were getting into when we showed up at the festival in Leipzig. And so we get to the venue, we're setting up. The venue's very nice. It holds like about probably 1,000 people. And we're like, oh God, we're not gonna fill this. Like we're gonna be playing to a quiet room. And we're getting ready. And then Adam, who's a drummer and actors, he and I kind of poke our head out of the green room as we're getting ready to go on stage, and the room is like packed with people. So we played for like 1,000 people that night, and it was the last show on that tour, and it was such like a special way to end that tour, and really kind of set off like our further plans and playing all over Europe and stuff too. So that's one of them for sure. Other ones, playing Metro Theater in Chicago as part of the Cold Waves Festival was really, really neat. And then we had a sold out show at St. Vitus in New York, which was really special too. So yeah, it's hard to say. We played, some pretty amazing places. Like the festival we played in Prague was great. And all the shows that we played in Portugal were amazing. We had such a large fan base there, and we really had no idea, like when we arrived, that people even knew our music, but they were all singing along to the songs. And yeah, it was really, really special, really cool.
Those are some pretty amazing moments. I mean, those are, like you said, that's a lot of shows in that amount of time. But
Yeah.
it sounds like you guys got to play some really amazing places. And it's kind of
Yeah.
funny, like, whenever you travel to other places outside of your country or your state, or wherever you're at, and you travel overseas, go to other countries. At first you kind of, I'm sure you kind of go like, I wonder how this is gonna, be received over here. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, when you get out there and you see that whole crowd, you're just like, why was I ever really worried?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
But
Yeah.
once the show's over, you kind of you're in your zone, and then when it's over, you kind of go, what? That was a really amazing experience that I will treasure forever. So it's really great to see you guys have had all of these really great moments.
Yeah, it's been so cool. Like I don't know, being at the Metro Theater in Chicago too, like they have this poster wall of all the bands that have played there over the years, and seeing posters from like bands like the Smashing Pumpkins and like Interpol and like pretty much every band you can think of, from Nirvana, and just everyone. It's yeah, it's neat when, I don't know, when you get to kind of play these iconic venues, you kind of feel like you're like experiencing a bit of music history in there too. It's cool.
What would you say is your favorite album / EP that you've worked on?
Definitely one of the favorite experiences that I've had recording is working on the Actors record with Jak Syn. So, you know, getting to contribute and sing on that record was really a neat experience. And of course, to, you know, go out on all the touring that we did with that as well. So it's really an experience that's like really grown beyond anything we ever expected. So to think that those songs started out in the studio and now they're out in the world, and, you know, people are able to enjoy them and we can perform them, you know, like that's a pretty neat thing to be a part of. Aside from that, I do like regularly do guest vocals on records. And I recently had the pleasure of singing on the new Spectres record. So Spectres is a post-punk band from Vancouver, and they have a new record out on Artifact Records, which is also the record label that Actors is on. The record's called Nostalgia. And yeah, I sang on 3 or 4 tracks on the record, and my bandmate Jak Syn and Actors produced that record too. So there's like a little bit of Actors collaboration with that as well. But yeah, it was really fun to sing on those songs, and it's such a cool record. I think everyone should give it a listen.
That's some pretty great stuff right there. So, I mean, you know, with everything that you've been working on and everything that you've been a part of, like, what is the thing that you love the most about working on these things? Like, you know, working with, you know, the different artists and working, you know, with the production side of it. Like, what is some of your favorite things that you love the most about it?
I think on the collaboration side of things, it's really amazing to just, you know, to work with other people. You know, so often we can kind of isolate ourselves, and then we don't kind of get to see things from other people's perspectives and things like that. So to be able to work with Jak Syn, and, you know, he works with a ton of different bands and different projects and stuff. So to like be able to work with him and then also work on these different projects that he is also a part of, you know, like it increases our vocabulary as musicians and as like appreciators of music and the things that we listen to. So yeah, I think just the collaborative aspect, it creates community and we can all support one another. And I think, you know, we're all stronger together. So if we all if we're creative and we collaborate and we help each other, it all just kind of breeds more positivity, I feel.
This is very true. This is very true. So I just got to say, I am a fan of your project Leathers. So what was the drive behind getting that together?
Cool, thanks so much. Well, Jak Syn and I have been friends Jak Syn from Actors, and I have been friends for a long time. And I had always been musical from, you know, a young age. I played a lot of different instruments and stuff like that, but I'd never been in a band. And I was performing these covers on Instagram where I would sing and play my guitar and stuff like that. And Jak Syn and I were doing this DJ night together where we would play records, and we realized that we had a lot of music in common. And Jak Syn was asking me about the singing. You know, he said I had a nice voice, and he was asking, like, why aren't you in a band? Like, what's going on? Like, you should, you know, you can play guitar, you're a singer. Like, why aren't you in a band? I don't understand. And so he, of course, has his own studio, Jackknife Sound. And we decided to start a project called Leathers together. And we wrote and recorded Missing Scene, and that was the first single that we did with that project. And we've got 2 more singles that we did, Day for Night and Phantom Heart is the newest. And yeah, we've really enjoyed collaborating, and it's been so cool to be able to sing a bit more. I really do love to sing, so it's a project that I'm really excited about, and we have lots more songs on the way.
Well, I look forward to hearing all those new songs. I mean, I like what I've heard so far. You know what you have out. It's really great. It's got that nice little groove to it, you know, and it's got those haunting lyrics, you know, that haunting vibe to it. I really enjoy it. It's definitely something that you all should check out. So be sure to check out Leathers. If you like, you know, the haunting groove, you know, kind of music, it's really great. You're gonna love it.
Thanks.
What was the drive behind getting you into making music and performing live?
When I was young, I was always like really interested in music as a listener and playing several instruments and things like that. But in terms of performing, like I think I came to performing a little bit later in my life. But it also kind of worked out perfectly. I feel like I had enough time to kind of to really study music and to be like immersed in music in different ways before I became a performer. And then of course I had the support of, you know, my bandmates and things like that too. So Actors was the first band that I joined that actually performed. So I've learned a lot, and definitely by being on the road and on tour as long as we have, like I feel like performing is really second nature and very comfortable for me now. So over these few years, it's been such a fantastic experience to be in a situation where you're performing so often. I mean, we had so many shows in the last year. There weren't many days that we weren't performing. So yeah, it's been a really amazing experience to play those songs and be in front of people almost every night. Like it's pretty wild.
And isn't it great, you know, as you know, as being a musician, you know, throughout life, you play for yourself or you play for, you know, other people, you know, that are close to you. But then, like, you know, once you're given a medium to kind of convey your art with the rest of the world, it's funny how, you know, some people they just gravitate towards it. It's like something that's just natural. It's
Yeah.
just natural for them. It's like, yes, you know, you get the stage fright, you get the nerves, you know, you kind of you get the doubt every once in a while, like, am I going to do well? Like, you know, what's going to happen? Like, I'm not sure how this is going to go, you know. But then once you get up there and you finally, you know, you start performing, and you kind of go, this is like second nature to me. It's who I am inside. And, you know, I'm a performer. Like, this is just who I am. And it's just great to see how that kind of comes out, you know, with everybody, and you know, in all the different ways that, you know, they got to that point, you know, them leading up to that point. It's just great to see that, you know, no matter what path they were on, you know, that led them there. As soon as they got to that point, they were like, you know what, this is where I feel the most comfortable. This is where I feel at home.
Yeah, I think now too that, you know, because we're in the isolation part of this pandemic, it's been really difficult to not be performing. I mean, the guys and I really miss being out there playing shows and talking with everyone and, you know, seeing our friends all over. It's been an adjustment. You know, we were on tour so much, like tour became a second home for us, you know. But yeah, now that we're not playing shows, we're definitely missing it. You know, we're really excited to get back out there again soon.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys back out there, you know, and I know sooner rather than later, you know, with everything that we have going on, we will get into that new normal, and this will be something that will come again. So, but until then, you know, keep creating, we keep pushing every day, and we keep making the things that we want happen.
Absolutely.
So thank you. What are you looking forward to accomplishing the most moving forward?
Let's see. Right now we're in the midst of finishing the Actors record, so that's really exciting. We can't wait to start playing these new songs and sharing them with people, putting some new singles out and some new videos. All that's super exciting. So that's coming up really soon. And also we're working on a full-length record for Leathers as well. So the self-isolation that we've all been under at the moment has been really productive for our music making. So we've been able to really make a lot of progress on the Actors record, and I'm writing demos and that for all the New Leathers material that's coming up soon too.
Well, that's great. I mean, I can't wait to dive into some of that stuff. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's going to be
yeah,
amazing. I know right now, yes, with all the self-isolation, as bad as it is, with everything going on, in the state of the world that we're in, it's terrible. But
yeah,
at the same time, I think for creative people, people who want to create things and people who are artists at heart, it's pushing people to be more creative. It's pushing people to work harder. I like to say it's kind of the great pause right now. We're all in the great pause.
yeah,
And, you could either be on one side of the spectrum where you're kind of wrapped up in everything going on right now and it's just consuming you. But then you have the other side of the spectrum where you're making the most of it. You're
yeah,
really kind of pushing every day to create something, draw something. In your case, like all of your drawings that you're doing,
yeah,
all of your amazing art that you're creating, like, with the music and all that stuff, but all of the stuff that you're working on, like that's really being productive. That's really
yeah,
pushing you forward. And then in turn, you're turning around and sharing it with the world and
yeah,
you're giving your art to the world. And that's great. I think that it can go either way for a lot of people. So during this time, to everybody out there who's watching this right now, push, create,
yeah,
make
absolutely.
things. I think we can all get behind that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think too, the first couple weeks of the isolation, it was really hard. You sort of lose sight of things. You're not quite sure what to look forward to. We had so many plans upcoming with the band in regards to touring and festivals and just things that we were looking forward to do. And most of that has been canceled for the rest of the year. So that was really difficult. And then on top of that, I'm unable to work. I'm a tattoo artist, and of course that requires, close person-to-person contact to give someone a tattoo. So I'm unable to tattoo right now as well. So all of a sudden I was like without any band stuff and then with no work to do. So at first it was very challenging to kind of navigate that. There was like a bit of almost a period of grieving, because so much had changed overnight pretty much. But eventually I just turned a corner somehow, and I was just like, this is like it's a great time to make music and make art. And as much as it's a very challenging and difficult situation, it's a bit of a blessing in some ways too, because we've been given extra time to be able to explore these things and to write music and to make art and all that stuff. So yeah.
And as we as human beings, like we are very resilient,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of the time that, a lot of the time we kind of shortchange ourselves because we kind of forget that we are a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And
Yeah.
we are very resilient, and we can adapt very well. I mean, even at first it's really hard because, we have I guess you could say the proverbial rug like ripped right out from under us, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
fell, straight on, fell down on our face. But we get back up and we push and we adapt and we make the changes where we need to make them, and we try to make the best of our situation. So
Yeah.
it's so great to see that you are making the best of your situation right now, and it's great to
Yeah.
see that everybody else out there is making the best of their situations
Yeah.
around the globe.
Yeah.
What positive message would you give your fans out there?
Let's see. Well, I think right now, like we were talking about, it's important if you can, if you're able to continue to keep making art and to continue to keep exploring creativity. But also, I was talking with a friend today about like not being too hard on yourself if you're not being productive. So I'd say too that if you don't, you don't have to force yourself to make something every day. So it's good to have also this like a bit of drift time where you can read and rest and enrich yourself in other ways, whether it's going down a rabbit hole on the internet, on YouTube, or doing some research, or, you know, reading some poetry. You know, there's so many ways to kind of enrich ourselves. You know, we can talk to friends and share with others too, that there's, you know, it's okay to kind of drift a little bit as well, and that inspiration will come when the time is right as well.
That is very true. Those are some very wise words right there. Everybody out there, take those words in. You know, I mean, it is important that we, you know, yes, we work hard. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That we work hard and work on the things that we want to work on, and that we, you know, create and stuff like that. But it's also very, very important to remember to rest, relax, do things that recharge, you know, our batteries,
Yeah,
and to not feel bad about those things,
yeah.
because it is a very important part of our life for us to feel good inside.
Yeah.
I know for myself, it's like I started taking up swimming. So like I swim every day after work. So it's
Yeah.
important, because it, you know, resetting my mind in order to get me energized to continue on with the rest of my day, you know, and do the other things I have to do, like these interviews, you know, like making sure I edit these down and, you know, get everybody on camera, you know, like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But it is important to take time for yourself, you know, always take time for yourself. That is really important. And, you know, whenever you feel those kind of things in your mind where you kind of go, oh man, I really should be working on something, or why am I not doing something right now? I feel so terrible. Just remember, it's okay. It's
Totally.
okay to take that time. You got to listen to your insides. You got to listen to your mind. You got to listen to your body.
I think too, you know, because we have less distractions right now, a lot of us are at home with, you know, more time to our thoughts and that kind of thing, that people are putting pressure on themselves when they don't necessarily have to. So it's just like or they're like, oh, I don't feel inspired today. But like, you know, in a normal day and in our older world, you know, we would have gone to work and had a full day of work maybe, and then not really had space for creativity day to day anyways. But the spaces between feel larger because maybe we have more time to ourselves and we're kind of like sitting with our thoughts a little bit more. So don't be hard on yourself out there. Just chill.
Take those words in from Shannon right here, everybody. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
I will enable you to rest. It's totally fine.
That's great. That's great right there.
That's right. You can dream a little. It's all going to be okay.
Well, thank you so much for taking this time to sit here and talk today, Shannon. Thank you to everybody for tuning in and watching this conversation. I wish everybody a great rest of their day, a great rest of their week. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, because more videos are on the way, like more great artist interviews. And you know what, everybody out there, one last time, be sure to check out Leathers, and be sure to check out Actors. Great stuff, amazing music, and we can't wait to see all the new stuff coming from both projects. Thank you so much again, Shannon. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Bye.